Hey, it's Central Valley Business. I'm your host, Steve Walling. My guest for this segment is, get this right, Victoria Sanders with VMS, Family Counseling Services.
Yes.
Welcome to the show,
Thank
Victoria.
you.
VMS, Family Counseling Services. Mm-hmm. That's where we go when we're really stressed out and the world is falling out from underneath us and we got no place to go. We turn to VMS. No. VMS is the place we want to go before we get to that point.
Absolutely. Most of the time when people want to come to get counseling or therapy services, they wait until they're in the crisis moment.
Right.
So I'm ready to get a divorce, or I'm kicking my kid out of the house, or I've lost my mind and I just can't handle my kids anymore. By the time we get there, it's really hard to come back from that. And so instead, part of the reason I wanted to come on now in January when everybody has these New Year's resolutions is to encourage people, if you're having a hard moment, if you're having some anxiety, if you're having some conflict, call us now. Come in and see us while we can still help you correct the problem.
That's a wise thing to do.
Yeah.
Couples having trouble communicating. Maybe they're very much in love with each other, but in today's world with all the different societal changes going on, it can be a little difficult sometimes. And you can help them out, huh?
Absolutely. Most couples that we've seen, I can't recall a single couple that I've ever met who didn't love each other at the beginning. But life gets in the way.
I've heard about that.
And so we have to try to help find our way back to each other, and that's part of what we can do in like a couples counseling session. And same thing with families. Families often fail to connect with each other on a deeper level.
When mom and dad are pulling their hair out because we got, teenagers and maybe some preteens and life is just kind of really chaotic, that's not a bad time to come in either, is it?
Not a bad time to come in at all.
Oh, that's great.
Yep, not a bad time to come in.
No, fortunately, they're all grown and out of my house. But that's great. Preventative. We talk about preventative health care. We talk about preventative dental care, but preventative, consciousness or mental care is something that people don't think about, but it's a very powerful tool. And you're right, young couples, older couples, they didn't become a couple because they didn't like each other. And living together, sometimes the stresses of life and everything that's going on, having someone that you can interact with that's trained to help get that communication going again, maybe reaching back within yourself and refinding those feelings. They haven't gone away. They've just kind of been buried under all the junk.
Absolutely.
That's great.
Yeah.
So you've been doing this a couple weeks now, huh?
Couple weeks, yeah. So I've been working with children and families for about 15 years.
Yeah.
But VMS opened in 2013, so we're just about ready to celebrate our 6th anniversary, which is really exciting for us.
That's very exciting, yeah.
My husband and I opened, and when we initially opened, we opened really wanting to focus on families and children, particularly children from foster care and adoption, and so we still have that piece.
Stop.
Yes.
You work with foster care and adoption.
We do.
That's very powerful, very important, isn't it? Okay, go on.
So there's a couple of us who have special training in that piece. And then we have other people who have special training in couples work. And we have other people who have special training in dealing with things like depression and anxiety, or children who are trying to manage things like their parents going through a divorce. What I like about our setup is that we have people who know how to help. So I'm not calling someone and saying, you've never dealt with this before, can you try and help me out? We really focus, when you call us, we say, what's going on? And we either say, we have someone we can match you with, or we say we don't. And we don't ever like to turn people away, but from our perspective as a business, I'd much rather say to someone, you need to find someone who knows how to help you.
That's right.
Not just come see me just so that I can have you walk through the door.
That's right.
We all have our own abilities, and we want to honor that.
And you are a business, and success in business is important. But when you're in the kind of business that you're in, you're also serving.
Yeah.
And having that mindset of service. If someone calls and you can't serve them, being right up front with them from the beginning. But you've got a good background with a lot of different things available for people to call. Well, Victoria, that's really it's kind of neat.
Yeah.
Because you're dealing with patients or clients, however you want to put it, there's not much you can talk about as far as success stuff. But I bet you've seen a lot of it, haven't you?
I have, and that's a cool thing to see. It's interesting because I work primarily with children and families, so it's always sad to say goodbye, and it's also really happy. because once we've spent that much time with someone and we've seen them grow and we've become part of their family, it's hard to say goodbye. But man, does it feel good when we get to, have a cupcake and, give a high five and say, you don't need to come back anymore.
Oh,
yeah. It feels
no, that's great.
Mm-hmm.
How do I find you?
So give us a call is the easiest way. We're at 559-573-4194, and you'll either get myself or Monica, who does most of our initial scheduling and things like that. We have a website, vmscounselingservices.com,
okay.
And we're also on Facebook. VMS Family Counseling is our at VMS Family Counseling, and we do post there pretty regularly. We have some videos. We have some positive quotes we put on there. Sometimes we'll put parenting tips up, or we'll put suggestions that we have for you. Sometimes we do activities where if you respond, then you get entered in to win something. So our Facebook is something to follow, and we are hoping to delve into the Twitter and Instagram world.
Expanding into the social media world.
Yes, some of us are not as social media savvy as we would like to be.
I talk to my grandkids.
Yep. I think I have some people I need to chat with, so
there you go.
we will hopefully be expanding into that. But as of right now, that's our two primary
Facebook,
places.
webpage, phone number.
Yep.
I want to thank you for being on the show today, and I want to thank you for what you're doing. Because when someone's hurt, people don't realize. Oftentimes there are people that are hurting that they don't want to tell people they're hurting, and and having people that recognize that and maybe can pick up the phone, make that call, talk to people about it. Maybe you realize, my days are not necessarily where I'd like to be. You don't have to be way out there needing, and it's a good time to get started early. Preventative health care for the mind and the soul, so to speak.
Absolutely.
Thanks for being on the show.
Thank you so much.
If you know someone, or if you happen to be someone, taking care of yourself, taking care of your family, very important. And, we didn't come with owner's manuals. Doesn't hurt to seek help. So VMS Counseling. And I'll see you when we come back.